Sports.
Well, the Halos have had a tough stretch here of late, losing 2 of 3 against the New York Yankees and dropping the opener last night. See if they can turn their fortunes around. It is Game 2 against the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. Hi, everyone, from inside the Big A. We welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West. I'm Victor Rojas, along with my partner, Mark Gubza. And today, when you look at the lineup, there's a new name there. Since May the 9th, Vernon Wells has been on the disabled list due to a pulled groin, but 2 stints, 2 games down on a rehab assignment, and right back in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, he had a double last night, drove in 3 runs, and all of a sudden Mike Scioscia, let's get that presence back in the middle of this lineup. It's an opportunity to be able to give a little bit balance throughout this lineup right here. 10 and 16 without him, and of course you see with the runs scored or lack thereof for the offense. I think what he gives, he's hit number 7. That way he can get back into the offense, into the flow, before you see him up there his customary 4th position in this lineup at some point. Can drive the ball well to all fields. I saw him the other day for the first time since wearing that Angel uniform. He has a smile on his face, and I fully expect him to put up some fantastic numbers in this game tonight, driving the ball up the middle, and of course anything on the inner half, hitting it out of the yard.
Well, the one thing that can be said about Vernon Wells, and while the overall numbers have not looked pretty, as he got hurt on May the 9th, he was starting to swing the bat pretty well over those last 8 games prior to the injury. He had 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in. Hopefully that long layoff will not linger, and he'll be able to contribute early on. Tonight it'll be Dan Herron. He had a start that was scratched due to a tweak in his back, but he is healthy and back on the mound tonight. Just about ready for baseball, so sit back and relax. We have lineups and first pitch when we return.
Angels baseball is brought to you by Hyundai. Introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. See your Hyundai dealer for details. And by CarMax. Now more than ever, the smart choice is CarMax. Some good eating down at the Diamond Club. We'll actually be broadcasting tomorrow's game from downstairs in the Diamond Club area. So
nice.
Make sure you don't eat.
I will not.
Yeah, because
from this point forward, I'm not eating the rest of the day.
This point forward.
Or tomorrow.
I like
for tomorrow.
You see the Angels have taken the field here. Let's take a look at Joe Maddon's lineup. The Rays with a victory last night, 31-29 on the year. 3.5 games back of the New York Yankees have Johnny Damon at DH. Ben Zobrist batting second, playing second base. Matt Joyce in right. B.J. Upton, who's been ill, is back in the lineup. He's the cleanup hitter in center field. Casey Kochman at first. Justin Rucciano got to start in center field. Had 3 runs batted in last night. Moves over to left, and no Sam Fuld tonight. John Jasua doing the catching. Sean Rodriguez at third. Evan Longoria is still ill and very ill. He might even miss tomorrow's game. That's how bad it's been. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, Reed Vignac. That starting 9 taking on Dan Herron, who had his start pushed back due to that tweak in his back in a bullpen session in Kansas City. 5-3, a 2.29 ERA. Very good numbers against the Rays in his career.
Excellent numbers at 6-2. You mentioned that ERA 2.5. Last 3 starts 2-0 with an ERA barely over 2. He looked very comfortable playing long toss and brought that to the bullpen session. Baseball was coming out of his hand very well, and of course the split finger fastball was excellent, which is an important pitch for him, especially with that back issue, getting out in front of that front leg to be able to finish off it.
Well, Dan finally picked up a victory on his last start, May 29th in Minneapolis at Target Field, as he delivers strike 1 on Johnny Damon. Damon last night 1 for 4, a 281 average, 7 home runs, 31 runs batted in, extending his hitting streak with a first inning base hit. So now a 7-game streak. He's also set a new career high as far as consecutive games reaching base. 32 straight games for Johnny Damon. This one's fouled back, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Now you wonder if you're the Rays right now. You heard that Dan Herron was pushed back a couple days with a tweak in the back. Do you think he would force the issue and try to bunt, make him field his position? At some point you might see the Rays trying to do that.
There's Joe Maddon. This one in the air toward left center field. Bobby Abreu, Vernon Wells, that falls in there, and Bobby can't cut it off, so it goes all the way to the wall. Damon rounding second, heading to third. He is in there with a triple. Not a very good route by Bobby Abreu in left field. That ball was tailing back to him. As we talked about in the pregame show about the defense having to do its part with the way the offense has been scuffling.
Johnny Damon, a guy that likes pitches that are elevated in his strike. So most lefties like the ball down. Johnny's a guy that likes the ball elevated, and that was an elevated pitch and gets by Bobby Abreu. You got to think in lines. First route, cut that off, keep Johnny at first base. Instead, now he's at third with no outs.
Second triple of the season. Now an 8-game hitting streak. Here's Ben Zobrist. Takes that breaking pitch down low. Zobrist ended up going 0 for 2 yesterday. Had a sac bunt and a walk. The switch hitter hitting .257. 9 home runs and 33 runs batted in. Zobrist with 17 doubles, a couple of triples. A pretty good contact hitter. The Angels playing their infield back here early in the game. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think that's the right decision, too. You got to have enough confidence in your offense against a youngster like Cobb, who's got good stuff, but not overpowering David Price type stuff.
So chopper towards short, and that will score a run. And the Rays, just like last night, take a 1-0 lead here in the first. Taking a look at the Home Depot doing more on defense for the Halos. We just saw Abreu in left, his 10th game out in left field. Vernon Wells in center. Torrey Hunter's in right. Kayasco and Ibar on the left side of the infield. Kendrick and Trumbo on the right side, and Hank Conger behind the plate.
Vernon Wells getting to start out in center field. 3-time Gold Glove winner with the Toronto Blue Jays, playing that center field position. For him to get comfortable, it's a good idea for Mike Scioscia to bring him back in the familiar role, too, as a center fielder. Need that bat, need a productive bat in that lineup.
I guess we could put it to rest, too, even with Peter Borges out of the lineup. Peter wasn't going to catch that ball by Johnny Damon. That's clearly the left fielder's ball. As good a defender as Peter has been, and he has showcased at the end of last year and the first couple of months of this season, unless he was shading him that way, improbable that he gets to that baseball.
And Peter Borges and Meister Storis not in the lineup today, given a day off just to refresh themselves. Back in the lineup tomorrow.
1-2 pitch to Joyce. A fastball got him looking. Joyce looking on the inside part of the plate, gets a fastball away. There are 2 outs. Time now for our Hyundai key to the game.
Yeah, I'm going with a little Bon Jovi here. Gotta keep the faith. Trust Dan Herron to be able to go out. Randy gave up a run here in the first inning, throw up some zeros from this point forward. Trust Vernon Wells back in the lineup, giving this club a more balanced lineup, more productive lineup.
Dan facing B.J. Upton here with 2 outs and nobody on. Upton is disappointed out ill. Stomach virus going through the Rays clubhouse. Matter of fact, we heard that Sean Rodriguez was at times dry heaving down in the dugout during the game yesterday.
Yeah, in between innings running in. Well, it's one of those things that when that goes around a clubhouse, it's very difficult to prevent a number of players from getting that illness.
One ball, 2 strikes. Upton hitting .228 with 7 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Herron's 1-2. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Upton, obviously one of the players that was ill, but he's had some good numbers against Dan Herron, so he probably fought his way back in the lineup, hitting .348, including 3 home runs against him.
3-2 on the ground to Callaspo. It'll end the inning, but the Rays strike first. A leadoff triple by Johnny Damon. An RBI ground out by Ben Zobrist. We head to the bottom of the first with the Rays on top 1-0. The first, let's take a look at the Angels lineup. The Halos, 4.5 games back of the Texas Rangers. Texas lost last night. That's why the Angels remain 4.5 back, their largest deficit this season. Eric Ibar leading things off at short. Howie Kendrick is at second. Bobby Abreu batting third, playing left field. Torrey Hunter remains the cleanup hitter in right. Alberto Callaspo at third base. Mark Trumbo bumps up a spot. He'll be playing first base. Vernon Wells is in center. Russell Brandon gets put in the lineup in the 8 hole. He'll serve as the DH. And Hank Conger batting ninth and doing the catching, taking on the 23-year-old right-hander from Vero Beach, Florida, former Dodger bat boy during spring training by the name of Alex Cobb.
And Alex Cobb, similar to Hellickson, another pitcher on the staff, really has a fastball that has good movement, 88 to 91 range, good curveball, but above all, split finger fastball is his out pitch. Throwing strikes, though, has been an issue. 8 walks in this 10 1/3 innings pitch. That's the problem with him so far.
Eric Ibar takes a fastball in for strike one. Eric yesterday 0 for 3. Quite a few 0-fers in the lineup with the job that David Price did, limiting the Angels to 5 total hits. Ibar dipping down below 300 at 297. 3 home runs at 21 runs batted in. David Price yesterday pitching into the 8th inning. striking out 7, giving up 5 hits, no walks, picking up his 7th victory.
Did a fantastic job as far as pitching inside with that 95, 96 mile an hour fastball when he got ahead of the count.
Ibar takes outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. This is the 22nd time that Eric has batted in the leadoff spot. Meiser's been up there a bulk of the time. Borges has had 8 games in the leadoff spot. 2-1 offering. Ibar taps it foul. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
As you recall down there in Tampa, a lot of times he would throw that 2-seam fastball running away from lefty batters. If you try to pull that, very difficult to get ahead. You stay back, trust your hands, let it go deep in the strike zone and hit the ball hard up the middle to left center field if you're a left-handed batter against him.
Well, a quick visit to the mound. John Jason, the catcher out there, to talk to Cobb, who's been on the shuttle between St. Petersburg and Durham, AAA affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays. This is his 3rd major league start. He's had now 2 starts against the Angels. His first major league start against the Halos came on May the 1st. Gave up 4 earned runs, 4 hits in 4 1/3. Off speed is fouled back. 2 no decisions for Cobb in his first 2 starts in the big leagues. Coming off a start against Texas in which he gave up 3 earned runs, 4 hits in 6 1/3. But again, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts against Texas, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts against the Halos. Another 2-2. Ibar rips it into right field, a base hit. So the Angels get their leadoff man on board. And we'll take a look at the defense for the Tampa Bay Rays. It's Ruggiano in left, Upton in center, Joyce in right. Rodriguez, Brignac, Zobrist, Kochman from 3rd to 1st, and Jaso behind the dish.
And BJ Upton back in center field. Plays a very shallow center field, very athletic, charges the ball very well. 2 outfield assists so far for him. And talking to Dino Evo about these outfielders for the Rays, every one of them above average arm strength, and BJ Upton, he says, probably the most aggressive of all the outfielders for the Rays as far as coming in on the baseball.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Showing bunt, takes a strike. Rodriguez was playing near the cut of the grass at 3rd. Howie's still looking for that first hit since coming off the disabled list on Saturday. 0 for 3 last night. He's hit the ball hard a couple of times. 305 on the year, 7 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Little tapper there, and it snowballs to 2 strikes. Meiser out of the lineup. Ibar sliding up to the top spot. Howie in the 2nd spot of the order just for the 8th time this year. It's like Howie got rid of the mustache.
Trying to change it up.
That's it. Quick throw over to first. Kochman applying the tag and looking over to Scott Berry, the first base umpire. Quick tag there by Kochman.
Again, as a base stealer right now, the sun is in your eyes as you try to a little bit bigger lead and try to pick up the move for the pitcher here. So early part of the game, difficult to be able to steal.
14 stolen bases for Eric. Oh, 2 grounded to short. Brignac feeds Zobrist, a relay to first in time, a double play. Just like that, 2 outs and nobody on it. Bobby Abreu coming to the plate.
Ran a 2-seamer in on Howie. Hit the ball well, but right at shortstop position, an easy 6-4-3 double play. Cobb shaking his head. Didn't really like the location of that pitch. Howie squared that up pretty well, but right at the infielder.
Bobby 0 for 4 night last night, so his average of 286. Ended up going 2 for 3 against Cobb in that May 1st game. That was a game in which the Rays jumped ahead early. 5-0 lead against Tyler Chadwood on 7 hits in the 1st inning. The Angels ended up coming back and winning that game. County was at 1 ball, 1 strike. I believe it was Rich Thompson that picked up the win that afternoon.
And if you recall, against Cobb, they were able to start laying off some of those pitches out of the strike zone. He walked a few batters in that inning, and lo and behold, gave up the lead.
It's 2 balls and 1 strike. This one bouncer off the glove of Cobb towards third. Bobby hustling to first. He's going to leg it out. An infield base hit.
Well, Casey Kosman tried to sell that at first base coming off the bag quickly. Wally Joyner, former Angel, used to do that very well. Sometimes you get those outs. Try to get off the bag as quick as he could to be able to sell that.
Don't you have to sell it by kind of jogging around and back toward the dugout?
I think so, but he was running down the infield with it. Sean Rodriguez, a nice play. Coming off the base. Bobby, once that ball went off Cobb's glove, he sensed he had a base hit. Ends up beating it out for an infield knock.
So here's Torrey with 2 outs and a man at first. Takes a slow breaking pitch in for a strike. Torrey snapped his 0 for 18 last night with a double, his 9th of the year. Came in the 4th inning against David Price. Eventually was stranded at third base. .230 on the season, 8 home runs, 31 driven home. Two hits in the inning. Ibar with a leadoff single, but Harry Kendrick rolling into a double play. The 59th double play the Angels have hit into this year. One behind the Texas Rangers for the lead, if you will. Chopper off the plate up the third base line. Cobb ends up fielding it for whatever reason. That's a fair ball and an infield base hit.
Let that baseball go. There's no way you're going to throw him out anyhow. Again, a youngster being overly aggressive, thinking he might have a chance at making that play. That ball is definitely going to go foul. Now these are the breaks you get, and you have to take advantage of it. Callaspo here, again, he's going to look away for the fastball and try to drive the ball to left center field to be successful.
Alberto 0 for 4 last night. He's got Abreu at second, Torrey at first. Takes that on-speed pitch inside. An even .300 average for Callaspo. 3 home runs and 28 driven home. Rolls over that off-speed pitch. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Talked about Alberto's splits on the year. Pretty much right down the middle. .295 hitter from the right side, .302 hitter from the left side. All 3 of his home runs have come from the left side of the plate. A .367 on base percentage collectively. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Laz Diaz bringing that one up.
Way after that split finger fastball to pitch before, and then throws a 92-mile-an-hour fastball inside. Well, it's a good life to it, too. His big out pitch, though, is that split finger fastball. Uses as his changeup.
Outside, 2-2. Mentioned Laz Diaz behind the plate. Scott Berry at first. John Hirschbeck, the crew chief, at second. Wally Bell was over at third. Bell did a nice job behind the plate last night. Raised up by the score of 1-0. An RBI ground out as Ben's over, scoring Johnny Damon to put Tampa Bay up at the top of the first. The Angels with an opportunity to at least tie things up here. A couple of glances back in the 2-2. Hit well out to deep right field, chasing Joyce back, him going to the wall, will make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, 3 hits, and 2 left on base. One of the books, the Rays on top 1-0. 76 gasoline. We're on the driver's side and by your local Mazda dealers. Rays up by the score of 1-0 here in the second. A couple of happy Angel fans. Just happy to be out here, but they don't like to see that 1-0 deficit early on. No, nobody does. Casey Kotchman takes a strike. It's got to stop.
Got to stop. Got to find a way
It's
to get that
happening
base
tonight.
hit.
I'm just putting it in the
There's
call
no
right
question.
now. It's a W.
All right.
Done.
A little Joe Namath.
Absolutely. Kotchman takes it inside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Somebody's got to step up and do it.
I'm right with you.
Kotchman, Ruggiano, Jaso here in the second for the Rays. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kotchman went 0 for 3 yesterday, 338 on the year. A couple of home runs, 12 runs batted in. Done a nice job filling in at first base. Shooting one the opposite way, and there's a base hit. That pitch was elevated there. And the leadoff man is on board here in the second. As part of our Fox Sports Supports charitable initiative, we are proud to wear these pins during our 2011 MLB on Fox Sports West season to support Stand Up to Cancer and their work to fund groundbreaking research that helps accelerate treatment to patients. For more information, please visit standuptocancer.org/Fox Sports. Second hit allowed by Heron, the other being the triple. Johnny Damon was Justin Ruggiano takes a strike. Ruggiano had a big game yesterday, filling in for B.J. Upton in center. Ended up going 2 for 4 after starting the year 1 for 12. And a home run, 3 runs batted in. As the count evened up on him at 1 ball, 1 strike.
He jumped over that 3-2 fastball. Like Tyler Chatwood yesterday, to be able to drive that out of the ballpark to left field. I still think Chatwood threw the ball very well. The stats at the end weren't indicative of how good he was.
Hit and run is on. That ball hit into center field. Kotchman only advances to second. I wonder if he hurt himself running to second base.
Boy, I'm surprised he didn't go. He looked like he had a real good chance to get to third base. Jaso's a guy that will hit him with double play coming up now. He's hit into 8 double plays this season.
So back-to-back hits to start the second. And here is John Jaso, another guy that is capable of rolling into double plays. Kayas went on the grass at third. Jaso had a multi-hit game last night, going 2 for 4. I guess a valiant effort in his attempt to sacrifice there, but unsuccessful. It's no balls and a strike. Kind of an unconventional way to sacrifice.
It's almost as if he was trying to pop that ball over Kayaspo's head at third. Certainly wasn't squaring around to give himself up for an out.
Certainly not looking comfortable in doing so. Not bunting here, and there's a strike, and it's 0-2. Outfield pretty much straight around against Chase. He's got a little bit of pop. 3 home runs this season.
Another guy you go up the ladder with, Johnny Damon and Casey Kotchman, both left-handers that prefer the fastballs up. Jaso will chase that ball up.
Jason kind of taking over the catching duties last year. Playing in 109 games, hitting .263. And for a good portion of the season, batting at the leadoff spot for Joe Madden. Down toward the bottom here this year as that pitch is outside. It's 2-2. Kotchman with a base hit to left. Ruggiano on a hit and run, base hit into center field. That's what you have right now. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out. Breaking pitch did not go. And a full count.
Don't think they'll be going here, especially with left-handed batter Jaso swing and miss. much as we prefer to give that opportunity for them to try to steal third base here.
You want Casey to go, don't you?
Especially with that free throw to third base.
Upstairs, and they are loaded up. First walk issued by Herron. Nobody out here. Sean Rodriguez stepping to the plate. Rodriguez went 0 for 4 yesterday. Mentioned that he's been suffering through that stomach virus. Filling in at third base for Longoria. .213 on the year. A couple of home runs. 10 runs batted in. The Angels defensively playing back, looking for the double play ball. There's a strike. Dan already at 31 pitches, 18 strikes, 13 balls, 1 punch out. That was of Joyce in the first inning. One and one.
And obviously, when you have a back issue, you look for him to be able to see if he follows through and gets over that front leg consistently. Be able to put that pitch wherever he wants, whether it be the outside corner or inside corner. Something we got to keep an eye on throughout the game for Dan Herron.
Painting on the outside corner. Rodriguez doesn't seem to like the call from Laz Diaz. It is 1-2.
Good leg kick. Getting out of that front leg important for Dan Herron. Right there, looks like the back is good. He's got good torque as far as releasing the baseball.
No, Dan certainly has been a strikeout pitcher this year. 75 punch outs now through 87 and a third innings. A huge one right here. Brignac on deck. Upstairs. It's 2-2. He's been ahead of the hitters, especially the last two. Jaso ahead. Rodriguez ahead. Now a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
He's getting underneath that slider there. Get on top of that pitch, just flatten it out. That's why you see a lateral movement.
Would you say that's a product of being pushed back a couple of days?
Could be. You feel extra strong when you get that 2 full days longer than your routine's changed up.
Popped up over on the first base side near the dugout. This will work just as well as a strikeout. There's out number 1.
And getting back to that, Victor, most pitchers love to be able to stay on that 4-day routine. You have 4 days off, and then your 5th day you're pitching. When you get pushed back a couple of days, sometimes you feel too strong. You try to overthrow the fastball, try to throw your slider, even your split finger fastball. It's not as effective when you're too strong at times.
Herron, Conger, and Ibar talking things over here with Brignac coming to the plate.
And obviously his pitch right now, certainly in this spot, that split finger fastball, you see it right up in there, is a very effective pitch. Working down in the strike zone allows you to get that ground ball. And if it's at an infielder, a perfect opportunity to be able to get a double play. That one to Johnny Damon, more of a tumbling action. It was up in the strike zone.
Brignac pulls the first pitch foul into the seats on the first base side, so it's no balls and a strike. Reed Brignac had his first 3-hit game of the season yesterday, going 3 for 4. That raised his average to 186. 6 runs batted in. Pops this one up, shallow center field. Ibar going out there. He'll make the catch, 2 outs.
A couple really good pitches in a key spot for Dan Herron. And that last out, that third out, always the most difficult. That's when the focus has to be even more intense. Get ahead of the count here and finish off a very good hitter in Johnny Damon. Boy, jammed him. Real good spot. That's the pitch you want to throw inside to force that pop up.
There's Johnny Damon, bases still loaded and 2 outs. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Damon hit that triple to the alley in left center field and scored the Rays' run in the first inning. 102nd career triple. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Damon now with 2,635 hits in his career. 73rd all time.
Real good numbers with the bases loaded. 385, including 6 grand slams.
Broken bat, ground ball to Trumbo. He'll take it himself, and Dan Hare gets himself into a little bit of trouble, but works out of it. The Rays leave him loaded. We hit at the bottom of the second. Tampa Bay still up 1-0. Worked his way out of it. A couple of pop-ups to infielders. And then getting Johnny Damon to hit one weakly over to Mark Trumbo. So no runs coming across for the Rays. And here in the bottom of the second inning, the Angels down by a run. They'll send up Trumbo, Wells, and Branyan against Alex Cobb.
That's just a veteran knowing what you have to do to get through an inning. Threw a couple pitches inside to get pop-ups. Johnny Damon, very good hitter. We showed his graphic as far as hitting with the bases loaded, but he does have problems with off-speed pitches down in the strike zone. Threw him a nice split-finger fastball down in the inning, a round ball right to Trumbo to be able to get through the inning.
Mark Trumbo hitting .263, 11 home runs, 29 runs batted in, takes a ball downstairs. Mark had a hit last night, picking up a double in the 8th inning. The 2 batters that Price ended up facing in that 8th inning before being removed from the game. It's a breaking pitch for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mark's been batting in the bottom 3rd of the order, but moves up a notch to the 6th hole. With Vernon Wells back in the lineup. Vernon is on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Angels had 3 hits in the first inning. Ibar with a base hit to right field. Abreu a base hit off the glove of Cobb, and Torrey Hunter with a chopper off the plate at the third base line, but unable to score any runs. 2-1. Well, we got that fastball up.
I think it's a pretty good matchup for Trumbo against Cobb. Although in this spot there with a 2-strike, 2-2, will probably throw him that split finger fastball. Trumbo has that bat speed to be able to compensate for that fastball. If it's away, he could drive that ball to right center field.
Got him looking on the outside corner, going with a 2-seam fastball, and early on it looks like Laz Diaz. There's a pretty wide strike zone. Hey fans, Friday's another Flashback Friday, and the Angels will be wearing their original 1961 uniforms when they take on the Kansas City Royals at 7:05. To purchase your tickets today, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com. Vernon Wells steps to the plate for the first time since May the 9th. That was a game against the Chicago White Sox. Swings the first pitch and lines out to Sean Rodriguez. Come on, Vernon, you got to give me some time so I can blow you up a little bit.
Yeah, he had that big double, drove in 3 runs yesterday in the rehab assignment.
He doesn't want anybody talking about him.
Well, he's always been known as a guy that jumps at that first pitch fastball.
Well, I'll continue the conversation about Vernon the next time he comes to the plate.
There you go.
So just
as he's walking up, it'd be like Ricky Henderson. He needs that music to go up. We'll give Vernon some good talk going up to the plate.
There's Russell Branyan serving as the DH. Takes a fastball away, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Branyan, 3 for 23 with the Angels. That's a 130 average. Has 1 RBI, and it came on a sacrifice fly. Swinging through the breaking pitch, evens the count. First action for Branyan since last Wednesday in Kansas City. Hits one out toward deep left center field, but playable for Ruggiano. Back there, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cobb. 2 in the books. Rays still up 1-0. Rays 2, 3, and 4 due up for Tampa Bay. Zobrist, Joyce, and Upton. Ben Zobrist takes a strike here. 0 for 1, but he picked up the RBI in the first inning. His 34th run batted in. That ties in with Matt Joyce for the team lead. Rolls over this one. Mark Trumbo comes charging in, takes it himself for out number 1.
And now it's time for a Jaguar performance. Dan Herron with the bases loaded, no out. The Angels already down 1-0 here in the second inning, but came through with some great pitches. There's a slider, gets Sean Rodriguez to pop it up to Mark Trumbo, then a cut fastball in. On Brignac, pop up in the infield, and a Johnny Damon on an all-speed pitch down. Gets a ground ball to first base, gets through the inning. The veteran coming through in the clutch to prevent that run from scoring.
I mean, look at those numbers right there. Career with the bases loaded. Hitters have hit just 164 against Dan Herron. He's allowed 1 grand slam. Tony Batista in 2004. Remember Tony?
Oh, yeah, with that open stance.
Open. That was just
that was
weirdest.
Like standing in the that's 1 foot in the dugout while the other's in the batter's box.
That was like a right-handed Johnny Walkenfuss.
Johnny Walkenfuss.
Here's
that's
the 1-1. You like that?
Yes.
Is he in your book?
No.
Walkenfuss didn't get you?
No, I know I faced him.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I know I mixed in a few grand slams along the line, too, just for fun.
Joyce takes outside 2-2. He had that weird stance from the left side, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. Way open. I always felt when anybody had that open stance, they close you so quick, they're still susceptible to pitches inside.
Joyce bouncing this one foul and ricocheting into the seats. So count remains at 2-2. Joyce, the only strikeout victim for Dan Herron. He went down looking in the first. What a start to the year that Joyce has had, the former product of the Detroit Tigers. He over to the Rays in exchange for Edwin Jackson a couple of years ago. Chases the high fastball. Down he goes. Ground number 2. So Herron has retired Joyce twice here. The punch out.
Going up the ladder. That looked like it was going to be a slider, but it backed up. The old cement mixers right there. You see his wrist. He wanted to have that ball down and in.
Upton hammers one toward deep left field. Abreu back at the wall, and that one's gone into the bullpen. On the first pitch, off speed, B.J. Upton hits his 8th home run of the year, and it's 2-0 Rays.
And his 4th career home run against Dan Herron. Always been a guy very aggressive on the first pitch. This time was a spinning off-speed pitch in the hitting zone, and B.J. Upton did not miss that one. Boy, up, ran in the middle part of the plate.
Upton really squaring that pitch up. RBI number 30. Casey Kochman has a no ball, 1 strike count. One thing about Dan, though, regardless of the situation, doesn't waste a whole lot of time, gets right back on the mound. He's forgotten about it, moving on and trying to limit whatever damage there could be.
He's a guy that will give up on an occasional home run. Generally, it's going to be a solo shot. You feel that that's not going to force you to lose a game.
Kochman is going to flare one into left field. Bobby Abreu playing especially deep. The left-handed batter up at the plate. So a 2-out single following that 2-out home run by Upton keeps the inning alive for Justin Ruggiano.
Now the pitch up for Casey Kochman does a good job as far as keeping his hand through the baseball on an elevated pitch. Most lefties love to drop the head of the bat on a pitch down, whether it's down and in or down and away. Just the opposite for Casey Kochman.
The home run that Herron allowed, the 6th he's allowed this season. Gave up 2 against Oakland 2 starts ago, back on the 24th. One ball, 2 strikes. Ruggiano had a base hit up the middle in the 2nd inning, so he's 1 for 1. Trumbo playing in front of Kochman over at first, especially with 2 outs. It's 2-2. The Rays with a run in the 1st inning. A run here in the 3rd. Jay Upton with a 2-run home run. Tampa Bay with 5 hits so far against Dan. Ruggiano takes a called strike 3. That'll end the inning. But Upton, with 1 swing of the bat, makes it 2-0 Rays as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Ibar and Kendrick. B.J. Upton making it 2-0 in the top of the inning. The very first pitch he saw in his second at bat. He's 1 for 2 with that home run. The Halos with 3 hits, all coming in the first inning. Alex Cobb retiring to sign an order in the second. A strikeout, a line out, and a fly ball to left as Hank steps in now, hitting .239, 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Conger got the start behind the plate Sunday against the Yankees, went 1 for 2. Picked up a couple of walks, also had a double and a run scored. Double his 6th of the year. Breaking pitch is outside. It's 1-1. Hank Conger homered against Cobb back on May the 1st in St. Petersburg. Bounces this one to the right side. Long run over for Ben Zobrist. Conger is retired for the first out. Fans, follow the Angels at foxsportswest.com/Angels. Log on and catch Joe McDonald's chat with Mike Scioscia about catchers blocking the plate. Be sure to vote for the Angels poll question. Who is the best #1 draft pick ever, all time? Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, or Alex Rodriguez?
Still thinking Ken Griffey Jr.
Were you mulling it over last night?
Yeah. Didn't sleep real well. Still flashbacks of Ken Griffey Jr. in the ball about the 3rd deck at the Kingdome against me.
Ibar takes a breaking ball for a strike. You reliving every swing that he took against you?
Yeah.
I mean, the guy hit missiles all the time.
But he didn't have to hit him against me. He could have did it against some other pitcher.
Little chopper to short. Brignac plays it on 2 hops. Ibar retired for the second out. And all of a sudden, Alex Cobb starting to settle in here. Angel hitters were making him work a little bit of the first inning. But he's now retired 6 in a row since giving up that infield base hit to Torrey. Howie swinging through the fastball, loses the bat into the seats. No balls and a strike.
Fan seems to be okay. Has to have having that hat on to be able to make the play on that bat.
Nice gesture by the man wearing the newsboy hat.
That definitely saved him.
The newsboy saves the day.
Yes. It's not just for decoration. It's for safety.
Yeah. 1-1. 1-2. Howie 0 for 1. He rolled into a double play in the first inning.
That was that split finger changeup that he uses. And the bottom line is when he's throwing that all-speed pitch, it starts at the knees. It always ends up in the dirt. You have to let that pitch go.
Two-two pitch. Breaking ball rolled over to third. Rodriguez has it. Strong throw across the diamond, and the Angels go down in order for the second consecutive inning. 3 in the books. 2-0 Rays. Tonight, Gooby's all excited. Joe Madden was an Angels coach for 12 years, who are the only two coaches ever with the Angels longer. John Jaso takes a strike on the inside corner. Snowballs in a strike. Bottom third due up for Joe Madden's Rays. Jaso, Rodriguez, and Reed Brignac. Now coach, right? That's what we're talking about? Jaso ripping one under the glove of Trumbo and into right field. And the Rays catcher has a leadoff single, because the first guy that comes to mind is Jimmy Reese.
Yes. I
Now,
thought
was
about
he
him right away.
technically a coach on the roster?
He was in uniform before
Okay.
the game, not often during the game, but I would say probably him.
Okay.
And Marcel Latchman, maybe.
That should be a good call. Third time in 4 innings in which the Rays have had their leadoff man on board. Oh, beautiful bunt on the third base side. Rodriguez is going to be put out by Callasco, making a nice play. Little do or die play right there. Jason advances to second.
Nice job, too, by Hank Conger going down and covering third base to keep that base from being unoccupied and allowing Jaso to go all the way over to third base. Nice play by Callasco going in. Nice bare hand. Conger running down that line. It's all about being in the right position to be able to prevent a base runner from getting that extra base. But nice play by Callasco.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they called that a sacrifice. How in the world is that a sacrifice bunt? And you wonder why the numbers sometimes offensively are skewed. I mean, it's not automatic just because someone drops a bunt that it's a sacrifice. You've got to make a determination whether or not he was bunting for a base hit. Rodriguez was bunting for a base hit there.
That's the thing. If you square around, you know it's a sacrifice bunt. That was a bunt for a base hit.
So no at bat for Rodriguez. Still 0 for 1 with that charitable sacrifice bunt. Brignac popped out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1.
And I wouldn't think that Joe Madden's going to ask him to bunt with Brignac coming up here, number 9 hitter. Granted, he will bunt, but he's not a huge believer in the sacrifice bunt. He likes to hit and run. He's not necessarily sold on that. So that was definitely a bunt on his own for a base hit by Sean Rodriguez.
1-2 pitch. Chopper up the line. That is a foul ball. Looked like chalk came up, didn't it? Scott Berry making the call. No argument from Mark Trumbo. The count remains at 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one out toward right center field. Vernon to his left is there. Jaso wants the tag, does so. The throw from Vernon is not going to be in time. So Jaso advances to third, but there are 2 outs now for Johnny Damon. Damon tonight with a triple and a run scored. He's also grounded out. Mentioned that last start for Dan Herron on the 29th of May. 3 earned runs, 10 hits in 6 innings, but picked up the W against the Twins as Damon hits one out to straightaway center field. Vernon going back on it, still going back, can't make the play. Gets caught up at the base of that wall there. Damon has an RBI double, and it's 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Pitch right down the heart of the plate. Fastball. Vernon got turned around the wrong way going back on that baseball. Always the most difficult play for a center fielder is the baseball right over your head. Johnny Damon with a triple and now a double in this ball game.
Picks up his 32nd run batted in. Zobrist takes a breaking ball high. 7 hits against Dan Herron. Leadoff single comes around to score.
The thing to keep an eye on, he's thrown 69 pitches. Only 8 pitches he's thrown have been over 90 miles an hour. Granted, he doesn't throw 94, 95 like he did in the past, but he's a guy that still will rush the fastball up there 91, 92 on occasion.
Two balls and a strike. Zobrist for 2, a couple of ground outs and an RBI. Two and 2 now.
That's fastball so far in the game. 4-seam fastball at 91. So some split finger fastballs at 77-mile-an-hour range.
Base hit to right field. Damon's being waved around. Here comes the throw from Torrey Hunter. Good throw. Damon is out at the plate. Torrey Hunter again throwing out a base runner. Threw out Matt Joyce trying to stretch a single into a double. And Joe Madden arguing with Laz Diaz that there was never a tag. But it is the 3rd out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Rays on top 3-0. A second run from scoring. Strong throw at the plate. The question is whether or not Hank Conger touches a part of Johnny Damon. It looks like he got him on the jersey before the foot crossed the plate.
Good angle right here to see if he got the jersey. Just there, gets the jersey as he's sliding by. Not a lot of contact, that's for sure. Just touching that jersey around the rib cage area. Torrey Hunter's 7th outfield assist this season.
And he'll be coming up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Halos trying to figure out Alex Cobb, who has retired 7 in a row since Torrey's infield base hit in the 1st inning. Cobb with 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits allowed, all 3 coming in the 1st.
And I think the way, because Torrey out in right field, the way he throws the baseball now is more conducive. The way he throws, he has that tailing action. It's going up that third base line from right field and able to go right into the runner as he's coming home from third base. They're very effective for him, and he could charge a little different than he would be in center field.
Bobby Abreu takes his stride. No question Joe Madden had his say with Laz Diaz, but remains in the game. Bobby 1 for 1, had a base hit back up the middle. It went off of Cobb and ricocheted to Sean Rodriguez. It's quickly 0-2. Cobb has only thrown 40 pitches, 28 strikes, and that's with an extended 1st inning. 1-2 pitch, off speed. It is 2-2. Cobb spent all of last year at AA Montgomery for the Rays with 7-5 and a 2.71 ERA. Former fourth-round pick in 2004. Great numbers at AAA this year. Full count. At AAA, he's made 8 starts, 5-0, and a 1.14 ERA. And that's why he's getting an opportunity in the big leagues this season.
Well, at that level, too, you see a lot of hitters will swing and miss with that split-finger fastball that's below the knees. Here at the major leagues, hitters have a tendency to lay off that pitch and force them up.
3-2, little jam shot out to left field. Ruggiano dives, can't make the play. It goes out towards shallow center field, and Bobby never stopped running. He is in there with a double. Ruggiano may have rolled over his left wrist as well.
Pretty good read on that ball off the bat for Bobby Abreu. An elevated pitch there by Cobb up. That's what you want to try to do, get him up in the strike zone. Bobby's able to fight that into left field. Ruggiano came in, sliding in, face first, unable to make that play, and Bobby never hesitated. Himself in the scoring position. Now is the time for the offense to come through for the Angels. Need to score some runs.
16th double of the year for Abreu. Torrey lines one to right. It's going to hang up for Joyce. 1 out.
Well, I was talking for a while with Torrey about his approach of late. Yes, the batting average not there. He's been struggling. He's one hit in his last, 19 at bats, 20 at bats, but he's starting to hit the ball up the middle to right field, and eventually those base hits will fall in for him. The ball was hit very well to right field, but unfortunately right at the right fielder.
Bobby Raines at second base. Here comes Alberto Callaspo. Callaspo gave it a ride in the first inning, but hit a fly ball to the warning track that ended the first inning with a couple of men on base. Takes inside for ball 1. Seven for 21 against Tampa Bay this season with a home run. Just 3 on the season for Alberto. Skies this one to shallow center. 2 outs. Go back to our AT&T trivia question. Who are the only 2 coaches ever the longest tenure with the Angels other than Joe Maddon's 12 seasons? Bobby Knopp with 18 years, Jimmy Reese with 23.
Well, Jimmy Reese is walking around with that fungo all day long, hitting the ball, all the batting practice as the pitchers in the outfield is hitting fungos to work on their fielding their position. He's a great human being. Boy, Callaspo pulled off that pitch once again. When you have a guy that's not overpowering, you can trust your hands to stay back in the strike zone to be able to make good contact against him.
Trumbo swinging at that hanging breaking ball, taps it foul. It's no balls and a strike. Mark struck out looking, leading off the second. The only punch out that Cobb has picked up tonight. Abreu still standing at second, leadoff double. One ball, one strike here on Trumbo. Abreu at second base. The Angels trying to get on the board here, down 3-0. Breaking ball chopped to third. Rodriguez has it. Low throw. Kochman digs it out, and again the Angels leave a man in scoring position. 0 for 4 tonight in those scenarios. For the books, 3-0 Rays. To face 3, 4, and 5 here. Joyce, Upton, and Kochman. The Rays with 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They've stranded 5. The Angels, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. And the Angels have left 3 on base. Matt Joyce cueing one foul up the third base line. It's no balls and a strike. Joyce has struck out twice. Aaron has 3 punch outs on the night, 1 walk. Joyce having 2 of those punch outs, 0 for 2. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
So Dan Herron has faced 21 batters in this game so far. 18 times he's thrown a first pitch strike.
Falls behind here, 2-1. This one in the air to center, playable for Wells. Leadoff man retired for the first out. Hey fans, are you looking to entertain a large group for the U2 concert at the Big A on June 17th or 18th, Gooby?
Why would you not?
I know, right? There's a wide variety of suite locations and sizes available for either concert date. For more information or to reserve your U2 suite, Gooby, write this down, 714-940-2094. Storm and Norman is even ready to go to the U2 concert. Upton, swing and a miss, and it's no balls and strikes. So Gooby, if you throw out some of that big league cash you earned with the Royals in your day.
It's long gone, as Ernie Harwell would say.
1 ball, 1 strike. Norm, you're going to have to sell some more newspapers with that newsboy hat on.
Hey, the bottom line is right after the game on Sunday, they're taking away this entire, the field. The grass will be all gone. It'll be all brand new grass and infield dirt. The mound will be leveled off. Brand new field when we come back from that road trip. That's your inside information today, Victor.
So we get that going for us.
Yes. They say, hey, just bring the mound in about 50 feet. That'd be perfect.
The mound hasn't been an issue so much this year.
That's true. But still, I take my chance at 50 feet as compared to 60 feet, 6 inches.
Just throw no-hitter after no-hitter.
Yep.
2-2 pitch to Upton. Rolls it foul. Upton 1 for 2, a ground out and a home run. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Upton knew it.
Boy, it seems to be the longer the at-bat it goes for B.J. Upton, the less he is successful at the plate. He's generally going to be jumping on the first or second pitch. And if he gets that pitch, he's going to be successful. But here, falling behind it, well, 2-2 count, gets a fastball right on the outside corner. Dan Herron's best fastball so far of the night as far as velocity.
4th strikeout. Casey Kochman at the plate. Swing and a miss.
Seems like he guesses more as the sequence goes
BJ?
along. Yes.
Oh, no doubt.
Early on, he's looking for something on the inner half to do damage, whether it could be a breaking pitch or a fastball, but then all of a sudden starts to think along with the pitcher, and you cannot do that to be successful.
And that's probably the most frustrating thing if you're a B.J. Upton fan or a fan of the Rays, that you know you've got a kid that is supremely talented and capable of putting up big numbers just like his brother with the Diamondbacks, but he's just never been able to put it all together.
Gets himself out.
Yeah. Ray is still waiting for that promise to come through.
He can do it all. He can steal bases. He's a very good center fielder, very athletic, very aggressive, good arm. Again, gets himself out, especially as the count gets deeper.
And that's pretty good family right there. Number 1 overall and number 2 overall.
A lot of talent.
Kochman fouling this one into the seats.
I think if you're B.J. Upton, what your approach has to be is just kind of react instead of try to think your way through. If it's something on the outer half, it could be a breaking pitch or fastball, but you just got to stay back and look that way.
I mean, it appears as if he's got pretty quick hands. I mean, you can make those adjustments. And yet there are times, there are stretches where you see him going, all right, he's starting to get it. It's going to turn for him now. And then all of a sudden he reverts back to kind of guessing again.
Because he can get beat with 2 strikes, the fastball in. Obviously he chases breaking pitches, but there's a lot of times where pitchers know that on the other side that he will take that fastball.
Kochman hammering one down the right field line, and this one is just foul. Right size, wrong shape.
Time for a split finger fastball down in the dirt. He will swing over top of it. Loves elevated pitches. Again, another fastball up.
Over to second base. Howie has it. Dan Herron with his first 1, 2, 3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Angels down 3-0. Angels baseball is brought to you by Chase. Deposit checks from your smartphone with Quick Deposit. Take a step forward and chase what matters. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Halos down 3-0, bottom of the 5th. Vernon Wells, Russell Branyan, Hank Conger here against Alex Cobb. There's 1 strikeout. No walks, 4 hits allowed. Longest outing of Cobb's brief Major League career, 6 1/3. The last time out against the Texas Rangers, giving up 3 earned on 4 hits. Vernon lined out to Sean Rodriguez in the first pitch he saw in the second. So 0 for 1, takes the breaking ball for a strike. Back-to-back curveballs on Wells. Quickly 0-2.
Time he tries to elevate that 92, 93 mile an hour fastball with good late movement.
One and 2. Cabo a lot better control tonight than what we saw his Major League debut on the 1st of May. Missing outside, it's 2-2.
Back-to-back fastballs. You wonder if he's going to come back at some point here now with the curveball.
Goes the off-speed pitch down and away. Vernon goes down swinging for round number 1. Hey, one of the most affordable ways to see the Halos plays with JetBlue Friends and Family Pack. This deal includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $44. The next Friends and Family Pack Fun Pack game this Friday and Sunday against the Kansas City Royals. To purchase those tickets, visit the Angels Stadium ticket office or log on to angels.com/fun pack. There's Russell Branyan, hit a fly ball to left field his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. Of course, when Russell's at the plate, the overshift is on. Zobrist down in shallow right. Rodriguez way off the line at third.
You know, the amazing thing about that is the outfielders are playing straight up. Left field, center field, and right field.
Liner back toward the middle. Brainiac's got it to the backhand. Branyan is out number 2. It's a 6-3 put out from the right side of the infield. And again, Cobb settling in once again. We mentioned that stretch in which he had retired 7 in a row, gave up the double to Abreu leading off the 4th. Now he's retired 5 in a row. As Hank Conger steps to the plate, 0 for 1. Grounding out to Zobrist, leading off the 3rd inning. This one bounced over to first. Kochman's got it. It's going to be a 3-1 put out. Alex Cobb has another 1-2-3 inning. 5 in the books. Rays still up.
Like freeze cam, we're going to show you why Jared Weaver and Dan Herron have been so effective this season. They get great balance over the pitching rubber, good gather point. Then when they go to the release point, they get over that front leg very well, keep that front shoulder tucked in for deception, and get over that front leg to be able to finish off pitches. Jared from a more 3/4 angle, Dan Herron a little bit higher up in that arm slot. Very effective as far as hiding the baseball with quality stuff. And that was a Coors Light freeze cam, brought to you by Frost Brew Coors Light.
Well, Dan's coming off his first and only 1-2-3 inning. That came in the 5th. Showing bunt as Ruggiano takes a strike. Ruggiano getting to start in the left field, so no Sam Fulton in the lineup for Joe Madden. Ruggiano 1 for 2, had a base hit to center, struck out looking into third. Down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Herron now has thrown 93 pitches, 63 strikes, picking up 4 strikeouts and a walk, giving up solo runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th innings. 2-2. The Angels in the bottom of the 6th inning at the top of the order, coming up trying to figure out Cobb. Gave up 3 hits in the 1st, and that has been all for the most part, other than that double by Abreu in the 4th. Dan has gone from 0-2 to 3-2 now. Jaso on deck. John Rodriguez after that. 6, 7, and 8 for Tampa Bay. Slow ground ball to short. Ibar's got it. And out. Well, tomorrow it's a 7:05 start. Jared Weaver going up against James Shields. Fantastic pitcher's duel.
You can make an argument those two right there have the best changeup from the right side. Certainly in the American League, both can sell that pitch. Both can throw the fastball inside with their changeup. Not afraid to go back to back, even sometimes back to back to back changeups.
Shields. Sorry, Goob. He was incredible against the Angels. Saturday game last weekend of April down in St. Petersburg.
Two local SoCal guys, very aggressive, both of them. Very competitive.
1 ball, 1 strike on John Jace, who's drawn a walk and singled as well as scored a run. One and two. The Rays have scored a couple of 2-out runs. Saw that a little bit last night. Fastball just missed off the plate. 2-2. 100 pitches now thrown by Herron.
Mike Scioscia gave no indication there was going to be any type of pitch limit for Dan Herron coming back from that back issue.
Got him swinging. Down goes Jace, so 2 outs. Hey, this July, baseball's biggest stars will gather together in the Arizona desert for one spectacular night in the summer's biggest event as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July the 12th, live from Phoenix at 5 p.m. 6 only on Fox. John Rodriguez at the plate takes a strike. Rodriguez has popped down at a sacrifice bunt. 0 for 1. Takes a fastball and it's 0-2. Take a look at some of the voting. The leaders in the American League as far as the All-Star game. We'll do that in a second. Voting already out there. Totals coming out. Call strike 3, and we'll show that to you. How about next inning? Maybe.
Boy, good tease. You're getting everyone to make sure to stick around
we
for
just
it.
might wait till the 9th. Head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rays still lead it. AT&T. By your Southern California Ford dealer. Visit us today and trade up to Ford. And by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, get the new Bourbon Barbecue Steak Grilled Sandwich at participating restaurants. 3-0 Rays lead it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels have the top of their order coming up. Ibar, Kendrick, and Abreu. It's Alex Cobb, who has struck out 2, walked nobody, has allowed 4 hits. Eric Ibar has one of those hits that came in the bottom of the 1st inning. A 1-for-2 game for Ibar. We're still piecing together the All-Star voting results. It's paper ballots this year. Ibar takes a strike. We're waiting for those votes to come in from Florida. As always.
It's a long ways away.
Ibar slaps it foul, and it's 0-2. There you go. Like Curtis Granderson. 994,000 votes out at center field. Didn't we just see these guys in town?
It's at the New York Yankees versus the National League.
Yeah.
That was the old school.
Ibar swinging a pitch in the dirt. Goes down for the first down here. Third strikeout for Cobb. I looked at the voting results. The Angels do not have one candidate for the outfield whatsoever. I mean, obviously, you look at the numbers, and there should be a thing. Meister Sturis is the Angels' highest vote getter at third base. He's fifth at third base. Eric Ibar is not even anywhere to be found.
That's not right.
At the shortstop position.
Eric Ibar has been fantastic both at the plate and in the field.
Sam Fold has 445,000 votes. Now, I like Sam. Nice guy. 445,000 votes for Sam Fold. He's hitting .230 now. But he's a great guy.
But he had that cape. They had that cape down there. That might have been the thing.
That might have been it. Do you think they put a ballot?
Yes.
With each cape given away at the Trop?
I think so.
Outside, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Pardon me, 2 balls and 1 strike. There's Sam Fold's numbers. He was 231 yesterday. 227 now. Super duper guy. Howie shooting one toward the corner. This has got a chance to go for extras. That is a fair ball. And it bounds into the seats. And it's a 1-out double for Howie Kendrick. His first hit since coming off the DL.
And how about Howie Kendrick, too? He's putting up some pretty good numbers. Yeah. Prior to going on the DL. Great numbers. That patented inside-out swing. Hits that ball right to right field. And Cobb's going to get a visit because he gave up a hit.
Jim Hickey's coming out to pay a visit because Cobb hadn't been in cruise control. For Howie, it's his 13th double of the year. 1 for 3 on the night. Bobby Abreu is the next batter. You see the numbers for Howie there. 1 for his 13 at-bats since his return on Saturday. And I would imagine some of the conversation that Jim Hickey is relaying here to Cobb, a youngster. He said, hey, you know what? It's a 3-0 lead. Don't let anything get blown out of proportion. You had things just snowball on you, although that's what we're hoping for. So he's trying to make sure it stays kind of quiet.
He's susceptible to that big inning. So that happened down there at the Trop against the Angels. You can't look ahead who's on deck, who's beyond Corey Hunter. You got to think about the batter in the batter's box right now, and Bobby Abreu, who already has 2 hits.
Took something off that pitch. Catches the outside corner. It's 0-1. Bobby had that base hit that went off the glove of Cobb and ricocheted to Rodriguez. And then he had that double out to left center field that Ruggiano made a nice effort on, but could not come up with. 16th double of the year for Bobby. One ball, 1 strike. Howie Kendrick at second base, the third base runner the Angels have had in scoring position. Mentioned it earlier when Bobby was stranded there in the 4th inning with that leadoff double. The Halos 0 for 4 with men in scoring position. Fouled back over the screen. A 1-2 count.
When Bobby laid on that fastball, change up, then fastball 91. The approach may be against Bobby this at bat as he goes slower and then slower beyond that. Bobby's done a nice job as far as timing that fastball and hitting the left.
Off-speed pitch grounded over to third. Rodriguez has it. Abreu is retired for round number 2.
He ended up throwing that slow curveball. He had his 1 fastball he was going to get in that course of that at bat.
J.P. Howell, the left-hander, is up now. Cobb's only thrown 72 pitches. 49 strikes. Torrey pulling one into left field, a base hit. Howard's being waved around. The throw from Ruggiano is cut off, and Torrey Hunter picks up an RBI base hit. The Angels get on the board. They trail it 3-1.
Well, it's good to see Torrey get rewarded with some good at bats, hitting the ball hard. All three at times up today. Again, we talked about it before the game. He's approached much better, hitting the ball in the middle, and if it's on the inner half, has the ability to turn on it. Big RBI base hit.
Torrey picking up his 32nd RBI. He's over at first, and Alberto Callaspo at the plate. Takes a fastball for a strike.
Boy, a spinning breaker pitch, and Torrey did a nice job of not pulling off that baseball. Being able to take that chance. Strong throw by Ruggiano in right left field. But Howie quick around the base scores that first run.
Quick throw to first, Torrey back. Only 2 stolen bases on the year for Torrey. He's been caught once. See Callaspo on the night 0 for 2. Fly to right and the fly to center. Oh, 2 count on Callaspo.
Callaspo shaking his head, trying to stay back on that slow pitch. Throwing him a wide variety of slow curveballs, changeup, split finger fastballs. Not giving him many fastballs to hit. Got the curveball in the outside corner here.
Lays off. Very similar to the pitch that Abreu grounded over to third base. Second out here in the 6th inning. The Angels with a run here in the 6th, down 3-1. Torrey Hunter at first. The 1-2. Bounce and foul again. Alberto seems to kind of almost anticipating the pitch on the inside part of the plate, wanting to pull the pitch. They're taking enough pitches, just enough off the pitches where that's why we got the pop up to center field the last time and a little roll over here on the foul.
Yeah, he's guessing along the inner half with the fastball, but he's staying away with all speed pitches. Open up that front hip to be able to drop the head of the bat and drive it.
Bouncer to second. Zobrist retires. Callaspo that'll end the inning, but the Angels do get on the board on a couple of hits. 6 in the books. 3-1 Rays. 9, 1 and 2 here against Dan Herron. 104 pitches, but boy, he has looked very sharp over the last 2 frames. 6 up and 6 down, including 3 punch-outs. He's got 6 strikeouts overall, 1 walk. Reed Brignac takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Brignac is 0 for 2, having popped out to short, hit a fly ball to center in the 4th inning.
He's had his best velocity on the fastball as the game has progressed.
John Even at 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Better finish on the pitches. Better break on the slider. His split finger fastball has been very effective.
Bouncer over to first. Trumbo's got it. Waves off Herron. 1 out. But we saw Herron after the 6th inning go into the dugout. Mike Scioscia coming over to him. We looked at each other as if to say, what is Mike going to say to Dan at this point, coming off probably his best inning? And you mentioned the best velocity and fastball pop that he had. He struck out Sean Rodriguez on that fastball on the outside part of the plate.
It almost looked like Mike Scioscia had his mind made up that he was going to go to the bullpen, but Dan Herron talked him out of him, said he felt very good. He'd go out, try to have a clean 7th inning, give the team a chance to win.
Johnny Damon steps to the plate, looks at a fastball for a strike. Damon is 2 for 3 with a double, a triple, an RBI and a run scored as the Angels have Rich Thompson up in case Dan gets us in trouble here. This one lifted in the air to left. Bobby almost dead in his tracks, makes the catch for the 2nd out. Hey folks, on Saturday, pop sensation Taio Cruz will kick off the post-game summer concert series presented by SRS Labs in association with Budweiser. Purchase your tickets today at the Angels Stadium ticket office or by logging on to angels.com/concerts.
Boy, Norm is really ready for that concert.
Our statistician, Norm Peters, just one of the all-time greats. You actually know who Taio Cruz is, Norm? I mean, Norm would not. He learned music on a phonograph. I mean, he had to crank that thing, turn of the century. Here's the 1-0. Was Thomas Edison a good guy? Zobrist 1 for 3 tonight. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two-one pitch. Sharply hit the second. Dan Herron. 9 up and 9 down over the last 3 innings. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. The Halos down 3-1. David Eckstein debuted with the Angels in 2001 and immediately became a fan favorite. Standing 5'6", Eck became the spark plug and an integral part of that championship team.
It just seemed like Eck, when he was on the field, he was the smartest player on that field for both teams.
The biggest thing that I try to do is find a way to help the club win.
He was such a big player in what was our first championship.
It's the bottom of the 7th. The Halos down by 2 runs. Ceremonial first pitch tonight. George Hendrick.
Oh, look at the pant legs.
All the way down.
All the way down, way before everyone else did that.
He's also halfway between the mound and home plate. What is all that? Come on.
I'm going to give him some grief tomorrow for that one.
Mark Trumbo looping one out to the right center field. That's a base hit. Upton having to chase it down. Trumbo's going to try to go to second. He's going to keep on going as Upton misplays that ball. And Trumbo is standing at third. BJ's got a pretty decent arm. It would have been an interesting play had he come up with it to see what the play at second would have been like.
He was actually looking up to see that.
Trumbo should get credit for a double with an error advancing over to third base.
Boy, inside out swing on the fastball inside on him. He's peeking up there to be able to get himself spin around and throw the ball to second base. But Trumbo was determined to get into second base, but instead ends up at third.
B.J. Upton has one error on this season, now has two. There's Vernon Wells, infield back. Vernon looks at a fastball for a strike.
Get a double and advance to third on the error.
Trumbo picking up his 12th double of the year. Vernon takes down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wells is lined out and struck out, so over 2 games. First game back. Bounces it foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Infield back, as I pointed out. Just anything on the ground scores a run.
That's the mindset it has to be right now, especially with 2 strikes for Vernon, is get the job done, get the run across.
A double by Trumbo, the 7th hit for the Angels.
12th double this season for Mark Trumbo.
Breaking pitch, boy, what a nice play by John Jason. A breaking pitch down and away.
Boy, he caught that ball in the left-hander's batter's box.
There's no blocking this. That's just throwing the glove out there, and hopefully it stays near the plate, but he ends up catching it.
Especially on the spin of a curveball.
2-2, and now it looks like more of a mandate from the dugout than anything else. Go out there, talk things over, make sure their bullpen gets loosened. They had Howell up in the last inning when the Angels got on the board. Double by Kendrick, the RBI single by Torrey.
More than likely his last batter here.
Russell Brandon, the DH, is on deck, a left-handed hitter. J.P. Howell back up. Little pop-up to shallow left field, and Brignac's going to make the catch there for the first out. That's going to be it for Alex Cobb. Joe Maddon's coming out. J.P. Howell's ready to go. So Maddon's going to go to the bullpen here. Cobb goes 6 1/3. He'll depart with property at third base. So 1 out here in the 7th. The Angels down by the score of 3-1. The Rays making a pitching change. Gardens Casino. Get your game on by El Pollo Loco. Now for only $5 at El Pollo Loco, get one of our 5 tasty combos. They are the combos other combos wish they could be. Catch them before they are gone. And by Time Warner Cable. Still here in the 7th, the Angels have one out and a man at third base. J.P. Howell, the left-hander, takes over for Alex Cobb. You see his numbers not pretty this year. A year plus removed from labrum surgery. Facing a pinch hitter, it's Meister Asturis hitting for Russell Brandon. The first pitch is a strike. Howell, not an overpowering guy, really relies on the changeup and off-speed pitches. It's ahead of the count.
His fastball 86 to 89 range. His best fastball at 89. Very good curveball, slider, and that changeup we just saw right there.
Corner infielders are in for the Rays. Rodriguez at third, Kochman at first. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Al coming off a blown save on Sunday against Seattle. 5 appearances since being activated off the disabled list. And a torn labrum, had surgery May 19th of last season. The 1-1. Meister swinging a miss in the breaking pitch. 1-2.
Above average curveball, more of a 12-6, even 11-5 type break on that curveball. Snap on that down and in.
Meister this year has a pinch hitter 0 for 4, but a 343 hitter from the right side. Takes that pitch down and in, gets away from Jason. Trumbo holds at third. Count even up now, 2-2.
And Jason's done a nice job twice now, breaking pitches way out of the strike zone, not allowing Trumbo to advance.
Joe Peralta's up now. Hank Conger on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Off speed is rolled up the line and it's foul. Trumbo going on contact.
So anytime you go on contact when you have your third baseman has to go to the backhand, because that becomes a very difficult throw, even if he thinks about throwing home.
Angels pinch hitters this year, if I'm reading this correctly, 1 for 22. Just missed inside. Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off on a full count now.
Meister could take a deep breath there. He got fooled on that one. Fastball in, just off the inside corner. More likely to come back in, but this time with a breaking ball down and in.
Payoff pitch. Off speed, got him swinging, 2 outs.
Turned it over. Out in front on the changeup. Circle changeup. Ran away from the bat. Meister unable to make contact.
1 for 23 now. Pinch hitters. It's up to Hank Conger. Mark Trumbo still standing at third. Leadoff double and went to third on the error on B.J. Upton's error. Off speed pitch in there for a strike. Hank is 0 for 2. A ground ball to second and a ground ball to first. Both at bats coming from the left side of the plate. Hank swinging around for the first time. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. It looks like both Asturis and Conger have come up looking fastballs against J.P. Al. The approach has got to be look off speed. You get beat by a fastball, then so be it. But
still, you have plenty of time to make that adjustment on an 87-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah.
Trying to throw the curveball in the outer half.
Conger went around, and the Angels waste another golden opportunity with a man at third base and nobody out here. The seventh, they leave him stranded. 7 in the books, 3-1 Rays. Dan Haren, 7 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. First start in 9 days for him. He trails this one 3-1. Vernon Wells 0 for 3 in his first game back, and a crucial at bat with a man at third and nobody on the 7th. Ended up popping up where the run could not score. The Angels 1 run tonight. That's been the case here of late. Rich Thompson takes over for Dan. 19 games, a 1-2 record, a 2.73 ERA. Rich, the last time out, threw the ball exceptionally well. That was Saturday night against the Yankees. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. He'll face Joyce, Upton, and Kochman here. 3, 4, and 5 for the Rays. First pitch is down and in. Matt Joyce tonight, 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a fly ball to center. His count evened up on him at 1-1. Dan Haren had his number. Dan ended up going 7 innings, striking out 6, walking 1. Gave up 3 runs, all earned on 8 hits. Gave up a home run to B.J. Upton. His 8th of the year, and that was back into 3rd. Swing and a miss by Joyce on that curveball, 1-2.
Retired the last 9 batters he faced. He had great velocity. He looked like he got better as the game progressed. Looser as far as his back. Fastball started rushing up there 91 to 93. Good break to the slider. His cut fastball, very effective. Split finger was good. Did everything he could to put himself in position to win.
Joyce lays off of that one. Wally Bell says he did not go. It's 2-2. The Halos tonight 1 for 9 with men in scoring position. Breaking pitch. Down and away, full count. Towering shot down the line, playable for Torrey. In fair territory, makes the catch, and there's out number 1.
Now it's time for a Coors Light cold hard blast. B.J. Upton, known to be jumping on that first pitch, jumps on that pitch up in the strike zone and hits that out in the 3rd inning. A solo shot after 2 outs in that inning. So that power that he has. That's a Coors Light cold hard blast.
Mentioned that 2-out home run. The Rays got their 3rd run also with 2 outs. Johnny Damon with an RBI double. Lays off the breaking ball. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The bottom of the 8th inning, the Angels have the top of their order coming up. Ibar, Kendrick, and Abreu. We believe that Howe might be done, with action still going in the Rays bullpen. And if he is done, he did a heck of a job striking out Asturias, the pitch hitter, and then getting Conger on a breaking pitch.
He had good arm action on both his changeup and his curveball to be able to get those 2 strikeouts.
Upton just missing a hanging breaking pitch, one of those backup curveballs. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Foul back. Count even to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Upton 1 for 3 with that home run. He's also grounded out and struck out. Out to center field. Is it going to hang up? And it does for Burnham. 2 outs. Pretty good approach by Upton, but hit it too hard.
Well, he squared that baseball up very well, but just an out.
Casey Kochman now stepping in. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a ground ball to second. Rich falling behind here, 2 balls and no strikes. The Rays with 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 5 left on. The Angels with a run, 7 hits, no errors, and also stranded 5 men on base. Two and one. Good fastball down and in underneath the hands. Slice down a left field line, and this one is going to be a fair ball right on the chalk. Kochman on his way to second, and he is in there with a 2-out double. Fans, the Angels Freedom Plan is a great gift for Father's Day and starts at just $50 and allows you to enjoy the freedom of 10 ticket vouchers to use however you choose at select home games. Use your vouchers at 10 separate games or use all 10 at once. Buy your plan today at angels.com/mini plans or by calling 888-796-HALO. 3-hit game for Casey Kochman, picking up his 7th double of the year. He's scoring position now for Justin Ruggiano, the left fielder.
All pitches away against Kochman and elevated.
Ruggiano, a 1 for 3 game. Takes that breaking pitch on the inside corner. He had a base hit back to the second. Struck out on the third, a ground out to short for the 6th.
Great curveball there from Rich Thompson. And an opportunity to throw another one. Head of the count. Expand the strike zone. Finish him off.
0-2. Just got a piece of that one. Almost too good of a pitch, though, with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he tried to snap that curveball off, but got a lot of the strike zone. This is one of those runs right now you just got to make sure you prevent that. Throw this curveball in the dirt. Sometimes you think, okay, let me try to sneak a fastball, but if he flares that into the outfield, then there's a possibility of another run. You got a guy up at the plate showing that he's not able to stay back and not swing at that breaking ball.
Another 0-2. Lays off that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Good spot.
Thompson trying to get the Angels back in the dugout, see if they can try to figure out Joel Peralta, who will more than likely be coming on in the bottom of the 8th inning, taking over for Howell. Top of the order coming up. This one pulled through the hole and a base hit to left field. Kochman's going to be stopped at third. Ruggiano has his second hit. Big turn for him at first. Able to get back in there. And again, that kind of a hanging breaking pitch. Wants to get it over curveball. Just punched through the left side. So runners at the corners now. John Jason coming up.
That pitch was spinning up there. Rich Thompson, an opportunity to be able to get a strikeout. That's your mindset has to be.
So after getting the first 2 outs, gives up that double to Kochman down the line that just landed on the line. Now the single to Ruggiano. Kevin Jepson now up. So here's Jaso, the catcher. Walked, singled, and struck out. 1 for 2 game. .21 pitches thrown by Thompson here in the 8th.
In the race, threatening with 2 outs.
It's been the case on a couple of occasions already. Those times coming against Dan Herron. This one fouled off to the left, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Almost 39,000 tonight here at the Big A. Giving away the newsboy hats.
Youngsters happy about getting a souvenir.
No doubt. 1-1 pitch. Outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Les Diaz has had kind of a generous strike zone on the outside part of the play, so not quite sure if he was going to call it or not.
It's close. Missed by a lot.
And now it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Sean Rodriguez on deck. Casey Kochman over at third base. Ruggiano over at first. 3-1. Pulled foul, full count. Ruggiano will be off with the pitch over at first. Everything else in the American League in the books. All finals. Texas losing to the Tigers 8-1. Seattle lost to Chicago 5-1. Oakland got shut out 4-0 by Baltimore. Ruggiano takes off in the 3-2. Jason grounds one toward the middle, and that's off the glove of Howie Kendrick. A run will come in. It is 4-1 race. Ruggiano ends up at third. Jason picks up his second hit and his 14th run batted in.
And Jason continues to hit well against the Angels. 356 coming into the game. Big base hit for him there. Second of the game, including a walk.
So Mike Scioscia makes a pitching change. It's 4-1 Rays here in the 8th. To MLB.tv today to see every Angels game live or on demand on your computer as well as your favorite devices. MLB.tv Premium lets you enjoy HD quality home and away coverage, multi-game view, as well as the ability to pause and rewind live games. Visit Angels.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Kevin Jepsen pitching now in his 15th game, a 1-2 mark, a 9 ERA. One inning on Sunday, gave up an earned run against the New York Yankees. Comes into the game with property at first and third. Those guys belonging to Rich Thompson, who's already allowed a run on 3 straight 2-out hits. Double by Kochman, a single by Ruggiano, and a single, an RBI by John Jaso. Sean Rodriguez will step up. 0 for 2 with a pop-up, a sac bunt, and a strikeout. Taking off is Jason. This one hit in the air to shallow left. Here comes Abreu. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll end the inning. But the Rays tack on a run as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Tampa Bay up 4-1.
In the 8th inning, 4-1. Well, Peralta on the mound now for the Rays. 2-3 mark with an ERA of 3.77. Fastball, 88-93. Curveball, slider, split finger fastball. They're very effective out of the bullpen for the Rays. That revamped bullpen for Tampa.
Well, he takes over for J.P. Howell, who did a terrific job in the 7th inning, getting the last 2 outs via the strikeout. The Angels leaving the man over at third base. That would have made it a 1-run game, changing perhaps the complexion of the ballgame. But now it's 4-1. Back to that 3-run deficit. And Eric Ibar to lead things off here, followed by Howie Kendrick and then Bobby Abreu. Ibar tonight 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 1st inning. Peralta, the team leader in games pitched this year, now is 28th. 19 strikeouts, 10 walks. The Angels got to him and had come from behind victory in Tampa on May the 1st. As Ibar takes a fastball for a strike. Corner infielders in as Ibar takes a breaking ball a little bit high. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. The Angels have had multiple runners on base twice in this game. In the 1st and in the 6th inning. That has been it. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Matter of fact, the Angels had 3 hits in the 1st inning. Did not score. There was a double play ball in there. And it was a 2-out base hit by Torrey Hunter in the 6th. Got the Angels on the board. Two-1. Ibar fouling this one back, chasing a pitch that was up in the strike zone.
What the need for base runners. Any way you get on base now if you're Eric Ibar. Walk, base hit, whatever it takes. I want to help out the pitcher by swinging a pitch out of the strike zone.
Rolled over to second base. Zobrist has it. Ibar is the first out to start this 8th inning. Sundays on Fox Sports West. Join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall, the personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Frank Robinson. Boys in the Hall Sundays presented by Subway, where winners eat. Ibar with that ground out, 1 for 4. And here's Howie Kendrick. And a 1-out double in the 6th inning. 1 for 3 game. Also scored a run. Fastball a little bit high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Carlton, one of those guys that's very animated on the mound. A lot of moving parts.
He likes to get the baseball almost from the catcher's hand, throws the ball to the catcher, and walks halfway there to get the ball back.
One pitch. This one's fouled back. One and 2. Walter making his debut with the Angels in 2005. Pitched in 28 games that year, with the Halos. 1-0 at a 3.89 ERA. Now he goes down swinging, 2 outs. Jason will throw on the first to complete the strikeout. Cosman kept the foot on the bag.
That was that split finger fastball from Peralta.
So with 2 outs, here's Bobby Abreu. Peralta's also pitched with the Royals, the Rockies, and spent last year with the Washington Nationals, pitching in 39 games. At a 2.02 ERA. Originally with the Oakland Athletics. No balls and a strike.
He's always had pretty good stuff, but for whatever reason, he always seems to make one pitch during the course of an inning in which he doesn't locate well and it gets crushed.
Originally, as I said, with the Oakland A's, was an outfielder. Converted prior to the 99 season, signing with the Angels. He's got an 0-2 count on Abreu. Bobby a 2-for-3 game with a single and a double. And Peralta has a 1-2-3 eighth. 8 in the books. Rays lead it 4-1.
Better view from that lower level. They'll see better movement. Of course, Jared Weaver down there on the hill tomorrow. We'll check him out with that changeup. Nasty deception he has thrown across that body. Of course, we'd like to see James Shields give up a few runs.
Take some of the food down at the Diamond Club.
Oh, yeah.
Some of your favorites. As we start the ninth, Rays up by the score of 4-1. Good old grilled sausage. Reed Brignac lead things off. Kevin Jepson threw 1 pitch in the 8th inning and got over that 8th inning. For Rich Thompson, ended up going 2/3 of a frame, giving up 3 hits and a run. Brignac, Damon, Zobrist here in the 9th. Time was called. Brignac, the shortstop, 0 for 3. It's popped out, hit a fly ball to center, grounded to first. No balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Farnsworth getting loose in the pen. Save situation. He pitched last night at a non-save situation. Kevin missing up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Look at those newsboy hats given away tonight.
Did you get any?
I did. Not for me.
You're not going to wear them around New York when we go there?
No. Brignac out to right field. Torrey will make the catch for the first out. We'd fit in, wouldn't we?
Oh, no question.
I think there's some people that can wear it and some that can't.
What are you trying to say? We can't wear it then?
I don't know about you. I certainly can't. Just got a bad dome for it, that's all. Johnny Damon. A couple of extra base hits, a triple and a double. 2 for 4 tonight. Triple his second of the year. That came back in the first when the Rays took a 1-0 lead. Slaps this one past Callasco. And down the line, Johnny on his way to second with his second double of the night, his 3rd hit. The 12th overall hit by the Rays.
Damon with that good plate coverage. Couple doubles, a triple. Scored a run tonight.
Ben Zobrist, the second baseman, 1 for 4. And an RBI ground out in the first. A single in the 4th inning. Bounces this one over to Howie. 2 outs. Damon advancing to third. Juan Cruz joining Kyle Farnsworth in the bullpen. Juan, no relation to Tayo Cruz, who will be performing Saturday night after the game. He is a pop sensation.
There's no question.
Intentional walk here to Matt Joyce. Kevin Jeffs will get the opportunity to face B.J. Upton. In the bottom of the 9th inning, the Angels have 4, 5, and 6. Hunter, Callasco, and Trumbo. And what we hope would be Kyle Farnsworth in a save situation. There's the intentional walk. 5th intentional walk picked up by Joyce. Nobody else on this Rays team has more than 1. So 1st and 3rd. 2 outs, and here's BJ. 1 for 4. Home run in the 3rd inning. 8th of the year, picking up his 30th run batted in. Hard slider. Missing down and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
And Upton anticipating a fastball, was gearing up for the fastball in the inner half. Switching with that cut fastball.
Jepson falling behind here. 2 balls and no strikes.
Forcing the issue again on that cut fastball, overthrowing that pitch. Start at the middle part of the plate and get it on the outside corner. If you get ahead of the count, you can afford to go there, but you can't when you're behind in the count.
It's 3 balls and no strikes.
And Upton will be hacking here 3-0. Can't to throw that fastball right down the middle of the plate.
Kochman on deck. For a intentional walk to Matt Joyce. This is the guy you want to get out of the inning. It's 3-1. I mean, there's your answer right there. And that's the biggest obstacle for Kevin to finally understand how good his stuff actually is. You got a guy who's geared up 3-0 for a fastball, dead red right down the middle, and he's still tardy on 94 miles an hour.
Extremely late on that pitch. Upton thought he got his pitch to drive, and he's late. The old third to first move here.
Full count. Jumbo will play behind Joyce at first base. Joyce will be off the pitch. A 3-2 count and 2 away. There goes Joyce, the 3-2, and fouled straight back. So Matt has to head back over to first. A lot of pitches thrown between Rich Thompson and Kevin Jepson combined here in the 8th and 9th innings. The 8th inning started off well for Rich, getting the first 2 outs, but had 3 straight hits, putting Tampa back up by 3 runs. Upton goes down swinging. We head to the bottom of the 9th. The Angels with 4, 5, and 6 coming up, down 4-1. Take a look at the struggles that the Angels have had, especially of late. Scored more than 1 run in 59 innings this year. That is it. Tied for 4th fewest in the majors. That has been troublesome. Continuing to kind of rear its ugly head. They'll have to battle Kyle Farnsworth, pitching for the 2nd consecutive night. Farnsworth has been extremely good for the Tampa Bay Rays all season long.
And not overthrowing his fastball, still can rush it up there, 92 to 95 range. Very good, above average slider and changeup. He's working down in the strike zone, sinking that fastball.
He'll be facing Torrey Hunter, Alberto Callasco, and Mark Trumbo. Trying to get something done here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Mentioned Farnsworth pitching last night, went 1 inning. Faced the minimum 3 guys. Had a strikeout at Bobby Abreu. Got Hunter and Callasco to ground out to end the ball game. Torrey tonight 2 for 3, a couple of singles, an RBI and a fly ball to right. RBI his 32nd of the year. Farnsworth's first pitch is a breaking ball in for a strike. Tomorrow night, 7:05, James Shields going up against Jared Weaver. 0-2.
Good thing Farnsworth's been thrown in there too is the cut fastball has been effective for him. And along with that 2-seam sinking fastball, very good slider.
Overthrowing that fastball at 98. It's 1-2. Go from 98 to 92 with the fastball, different action, different location.
98 was that 4-seam fastball. Here to talk about the 4-seam fastball. Generally, that's the fastball is a little bit firmer, straighter fastball, and a 2-seam sink action on it will be a little bit less, but you get better movement, a lot more ground ball outs. How many guys that throw the 4-seam fastball are guys that are looking for the punch out with that pitch?
Another 2-2. Torrey goes down swinging. We're down number 1.
The bullpen has done a nice job for the Rays so far. They have now 5 strikeouts. 8 batters or 7 batters they've faced.
6 batters. J.P. Howell had 2 strikeouts in the 7th. Peralta had 2 strikeouts in the 8th. And now Farnsworth with a strikeout here in the 9th. So 5 of the 6 guys that the bullpen has faced for Tampa Bay, they've struck him out. Callasco popping this one up on the left side of the infield. 2 outs. So the Halos 1 out away of losing their 4th consecutive game. Mark Trumbo steps to the plate. 9-game homestand that started off with a bang, a win against the New York Yankees on Friday. A couple of losses over the weekend. Lost last night. Down by 3 with 2 outs here in the 9th. One ball, no strikes on Mark, who's 1 for 3, had a double leading off the 7th. Actually ended up at third base because of the error by Upton, and was stranded at third base. 1-1.
Well, it's a good matchup here too for Trumbo, power arm, and Kyle Farnsworth generate a lot of the power. If you could square it up, this ball could go a long way.
Reaching for this one, bounces it to short. Brignac on to first. The Angels have lost their 4th consecutive game as the Rays take this one by the final of 4-1.
Well, Dan Herron did a nice job. His last 9 batters he faced, retired them all, gave an opportunity to at least be in position to win the game. But Joe Maddon's Rays did the little things, scored all their runs with 2 outs, and able to pull this one out with 12 hits, 4 runs. win 4-1.
Alex Cobb picks up the victory. Dan Herron takes the loss, and Kyle Farnsworth notches the save. 4-1 Rays, the final again for Mark Gubas and an entire crew here at the Big A. I'm Victor Rojas. We thank you for watching Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. We invite you to stick around as Angels Live is coming up next.